think we should be very cautious about having some sort of global mixing pot, because we will then not have, every place will be the same, and there won't be any unique cultures in the world, which I think would make the world worse.
Welcome back to America Decide. You just heard one of several comments made by Elon Musk in recent years related to race, immigration, and diversity, and casting some doubt about the directions thereof. These comments, and of course the tech billionaire's prominence in the Trump White House and his shift from backing diversity, equity, inclusion to now firmly and aggressively on social media opposing them, well, that has been meticulously examined in a new article at the Washington Post. One of its writers and reporters, Beth Reinhard, joins me now. Beth, talk to my audience about this evolution of Elon Musk.
So for many years, Elon Musk was not active in politics, and that started to change in 2017. He's the head of Tesla at that point for several years, and lawsuits start being filed against his company alleging racial discrimination. And so when the first of these suits is filed in 2017, Elon Musk sends out a company-wide email saying, we should be really sensitive to the concerns of historically less represented groups. But at the same time, if someone makes an unintentional remark, you should apologize. And that's really the first time he kind of wades into this very, inflammatory debate, but with a very sort of measured back and forth approach. And contrast that with now, where he is 8 years later, the richest man in the world, wielding extraordinary power over how the government operates, and he's become, probably one of the leading spokesmen against DEI, and expresses a number of other strong views on race, including the one that you just aired.
And as I read your story, Beth, it occurred to me that one of the ways that Elon Musk does this is sort of indirectly. Millions and millions and millions, more than 200 million followers on X. He may not say something directly, but he will help amplify something that's very incendiary about race or immigration.
Yes, he does that quite a bit. We looked at how often he was commenting on race in this past year, and this year included. It's 1 out of 10 of his posts on X are about race or immigration and diversity. He also is frequently interacting with accounts that in the past would have been suspended for hate speech or misinformation. And he is retweeting them and saying, something like, this is concerning, or exclamation points. And then that is, as he pointed out, going to some 200 million followers, which is more than anyone else on the platform, more than President Trump. So it's a platform with no parallel in modern politics.
And what does the White House say about all this?
The White House said that the Post was trying to make him out to be a racist, and that we were incorrect and we should get a life.
I see. And from your perspective, were you trying to prove that or disprove that Elon Musk is a racist?
We just were looking for what he had said, and that's up for the readers to decide, to look at the compilation of his comments and make their own decision. The White House press secretary said we were combing the internet, and in fact we were. We were looking for what he has said about race, and doing that in the context of the fact that he has this very powerful role, and that many of the actions that the administration is taking do involve race. They have, as you know, eliminated all DEI programs, and they're going farther than that. They're purging employees who are responsible for enforcing civil rights and anti-discrimination laws. And so there's a lot of activity that Elon Musk is in charge of as in his role as Doge that does involve race and diversity and immigration. And so that's why we took a look at his views.
And that's really where the rubber meets the road on this story, because it's not just about what he has said in the past, but the position he's currently in, and do the things he has said in the past, or somewhat more recently on social media, are they reflective of actions being taken in this super powerful role he's been given by the president?
Right, and you see the president echoing what Musk has said in recent weeks when there was that terrible plane crash between the plane and the helicopter. Musk has been saying for over a year, maybe longer than that, he's made this claim that DEI is responsible for whenever there's a plane accident. It must be the culprit must be DEI, and you saw Trump echo that last month when that terrible tragedy occurred. So he's really, his words are having an impact.
Beth Reinhard of the Washington Post, thanks so very much.
Thank you.